Hey everybody, my name is TT, aka Mr. What's Happening. You might know me from some of the previous videos that I have on Facebook. There's singing content, there's some rapping, some comedy. I just like doing my thing on the TV right now. Let people know what's happening with me and what's happening in the world as far as most breaking news. And as of right now, the most important thing, the most anticipated TV show that people have been talking about is The Game. The last episode, or the first episode, shall I say, I'm sorry, was aired yesterday. It was an hour long, and it completely blew so many people. Like, there was so many changes that were going on in the script. People didn't really know what was going on. So what I'm going to try and do is my best of a commentary on each and every episode. You'll be able to catch the updates after every episode. And what I'm going to do is talk about some of the cast members, some of the, there's the cast members, the changes that have happened in the TV show, just my opinion on the show as an overall. And without further ado, I'm going to start with the most drastic change to me. The most drastic change in the game that has been updated was the addition to Kelly Pitts' personal attitude. Kelly Pitts just went off the wall, dude. Like, what happened to the Kelly Pitts that we all knew and loved, the lovable sunbeam, happy sunshine person that she was? Things just did not continue on that way. Kelly Pitts took the blackmail to Jason Pitts completely out of line. She's hitting him for cars. At first it was just a car for her. He bought her a car, and she hit him for more cars. And now it's money like crazy. She's got a TV show now that Jason is paying for. Dude, it is just too much. But through all of that, I know Jason, being the character that he is, they're not going to just allow him to take the blackmail sitting down at all. So I'll be looking forward to Jason going backlashing at her like he did last night on the TV show, where she tried to just rip Jason, and he showed up and not only made his appearance, but he took her friends and the camera crew with him on a cruise ship. Like, dude, that was smooth. Jason Pitts should get one up in my book, man. Continue on with that. Next change I would have to say go to Malik. Dude, Malik Wright. We all loved him. He was a little rough around the edges, but right now he is on a crash and burn scale. Like, they're trying to make him I'm not really sure if they're trying to make him an antagonist of the story, but he is definitely well on his way to becoming an antagonist, considering he's already an antagonist to one character, that character being Terrence, his assistant. Now, Malik has always been a little disrespectful, to say the least, to Terrence. His opinion doesn't really matter to Malik at all. It's always do what I'm telling you to do, when I tell you to do it, how I tell you to do it, bottom line. But it was still a sensitive side to Malik that everybody knew, everyone could relate to, and that's what made Malik kind of likable. He was that star that shined, but he had a background, so I guess it was him trying to make up for his background and becoming the new person that Malik was on the previous season. This season, dude, he's sleeping with the manager's girlfriend, or the owner's girlfriend. Not a smart thing to do at all, considering it'll end his career as a football player. So how the scriptwriters are going to pull that off, I am not sure. Especially considering that Malik is one of the franchise players for the San Diego Sabres. Like, dude, really? If he gets into it with the owner, one of two things will have to happen. They'll either have to switch owners again. Yeah, they seem to be doing that a lot. Or they will send Malik to a new team. Now, Malik Wright being on a new being on a new team other than the San Diego Sabres, would not make any sense to me, because the show was based out in San Diego. They do little trips to Los Angeles here and there, trips around that area. But sending Malik Wright to a different show would definitely change the schematic of the entire show. Fans probably wouldn't view it as much, considering Malik has his own fan base, which is well and up there. It's not like he's a minute character like Stacey Dash was in the previous season. People were happy to see her, and she's gone, and it's like, all right, well, it is what it is. But with Malik, dude, he's in there, and you got to keep Malik around. And in addition to him sleeping with the manager's girlfriend, this dude slept with TT's girlfriend. Asked TT for a ride home, and then he smashed this girl, like, in the hot tub, and Terrence saw it. Like, dude, that is not hot at all, dude. Like, 9 out of 10, Malik is gonna or one of two things are going to happen to the Terrence Malik relationship, as I like to call it. TT being Malik's friend, he obviously has a certain respect to him and he likes him, but it's time for him to branch out in his own head. It's time for him to be his own man, and he's done being an assistant. And he can't really do that with Malik always riding him, telling him what to do, belittling him all the time. So what I think is going to happen is there might either be a fight or Terrence is going to out Malik to the manager of the San Diego Sabres, or to the owner of the San Diego Sabres. And what that is going to do is create the conflict that stirs most of the TV show. Let's see. Derwin Davis, Melanie, and Janae. The love triangle between those three are ridiculous. First, Derwin wants to be with Melanie, then Janae gets pregnant, so he wants to be with Janae to be the father of her baby. Doesn't work out. He goes back to Melanie. They get married. He gets slapped a lot. That was kind of funny, not gonna lie. That was pretty hilarious. Highlighted that episode. They were getting smacked and not being able to do anything about it. He gets smacked a lot, then they get married, and now Melanie refuses to let the baby issue go because Tasha planted the seed. I will give it that. Tasha planted the seed in Melanie's head that the baby might not be his based on his hair. So, first of all, that makes not a lot of sense to anyone in the world because her being a doctor, she should know. Like, there's a lot more that comes into effect when it comes to having a baby. You can't just tell a baby by his hair content alone. His or her, I'm sorry. So after the seed is planted in Melanie's head that maybe the baby might not be her or Derwin's, she decides to take it a step further and check the seed and make sure that the baby isn't Derwin's, thinking that it'll be for the better of the relationship. First off, ladies, bad idea. The way that Derwin felt about that baby was no ifs, ands, or buts is his. If he feels that way, just allow him in to take care of the baby. And if push comes to shove, Derwin could always take the baby. He is a professional football player. He's financially capable of handling it as well as mentally capable. There is nothing stopping Derwin from getting the baby from her. So Melanie's input on that situation should have been very minute. She should have left it all up to Derwin, in my opinion, instead of sneaking and swabbing the baby's mouth while he was in the bathtub. That's a low blow. So after she got the DNA test done on the baby, the paternity test, I'm sorry. After the paternity test was done, she found out that the baby wasn't Derwin's, only to be drawn out in the end of the show that the baby was Derwin's. There's a little skepticism going on about that. There's rumors floating around outside of the game that Janae was 2 steps ahead of her and set everything up so that Melanie would get false information and then real information, because what ended up happening was after Melanie's friend told her yes, she was right, the baby wasn't Derwin's. A few minutes later into the show, she calls back and asks, have you told Derwin, because the baby is his, and sorry for the mix-up. There's rumors floating around that Janae started the baby isn't, or Janae is making it seem like the baby is Derwin's and it really isn't, and she had something to do with the paternity test. There's all kind of rumors floating around about that. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. But let's see. I did Jason and Kelly. I did Malik and Terrence. I did Wendy Raquel. The love triangle. As for right now, that's about it. What I think is character-wise, what I think is going to happen throughout the season, though, to be honest, is that Derwin and Melanie are going to split again. Something's telling me that they're going strong, but this is really going to affect Derwin because everyone knows how sensitive Derwin is, and if Melanie planted the seed and Derwin said that the baby isn't his, then it's going to cause a rift between him and Janae, and that might stop him from seeing the baby. Now, everyone knowing Derwin is really, really going to be ticked with Melanie, and will probably blow it out of proportion again to break up with Melanie. And then later on in the season, find out that the baby really wasn't his or something like that. Dude, the game does a really good job of keeping the viewers on its toes. But as for what's going to happen after my predictions. I guess we'll just have to wait and see. You guys check the commentary out. Let me know what you think. Thank you.